and welcome to the Unofficial Controller Podcast, episode 119, the winter preview live. If you haven't worked that one out, or if you're listening on a podcast feed in 10 years' time, this will mean nothing to you, but to long-term fans, this is pretty exciting, right? With me, George, and as always, joined by Tom. We got a live to my 10-year-old repeat on UK Gold. Tom.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Good.
Let's get the... obviously, this is an interactive episode, so obviously technology being amazing. Look, everyone's excited. Welcome to everyone in the live chat. This is your chance to interact live. We ought to give you a little heads up of what's coming up in the show. I think those who have tuned in probably know how it's going to go, but obviously don't forget, we've got coming up some news in there, Tom. What sort of news have we got?
We've got some GTA news and also some bit of Nintendo news. Yoshi-based
news. You never thought you needed any Yoshi-based news, and then all of a sudden, one snuck along. And then the feature, which is your self-penned, nervous, you want to go live.
Yeah.
You've done the big winter preview, the games you're excited about. But as always, we reached out to you. Yeah, you. No. You. And asked you what you might think about the big winter preview, games you're excited about and looking forward to. And guess what? Tom's got you back. So no doubt that game that you never thought you were going to play, had no interest in, is the one we're going to cover.
Whoa. Mr. Doughty, our local painter in Farmington. Look at it. Absolutely stunning.
That's not me. That's the
It's
third
not
Duke.
you.
It's the third Duke.
But it is a Doughty, isn't it?
It is a Doughty. Yeah, we love a Doughty. Family resemblance? Probably none. But go with it.
Big John Ponsonbury.
To those listening on earphones, use your imagination. To those watching on YouTube, you don't need to. What do you think of the set? Have we done enough? Is this how you expected Ponsonbury Manor to look?
We are in the study, aren't we? So it's a more...
Retro Gamer Thomas makes reference to your bouffant, which has
Thank you
been
very
trimmed,
much.
which has also pulled back his gaming knowledge. So no doubt in the news we're going to find out that the PlayStation 4 is backwards compatible with Atari 2600.
Done by the Lady Liz in the village. Thank you very much.
Stephen says exactly how I expected it. I'm starting to believe that the law isn't law at all. Ponsonbury Estate looks exactly how I thought it would. Excellent news. Just above average. So what more can we ask for?
I think I'm most grateful everything's working.
I think that
You've done a great job.
Wait, we got this railed.
Yeah.
After the feature, probably what everyone's most excited for, Ray is going to turn up. He's going to do his new releases. I would say this is probably one of the most exciting times on a visual medium you could ever have for an imaginary character. How's this going to work out? I have no idea. But when that's done, I ask Boogalugs over here what he's hoping to play for the next gaming week. But before that happens, and since we're live on air, I don't know, Odders, grip tight on your fine bone china, friend. Tom, what have you been playing?
This week I've been enjoying the free PlayStation 5 game of the month, Hell Let Loose. It's a World War II first-person shooter.
Tell me more.
It's a little bit different. It's very tactical. It's not run and gun and go in there like John Wayne. This is more realistic Saving Private Ryan. You go in, you choose a role, so you can be armour, so you're in a tank. You can be a tank commander. You can fire artillery guns. You can be a sniper team of two, so one's your spotter, one's your sniper. You can be infantry. You can be an LMG suppressive gunner. It's a lot different. Apparently, a friend of mine told me as well, the battlefields are scaled off for real-life battles. So they're a decent size.
That can work on an audio, on a visual.
Oh, it
show.
can.
That's
the worldwide symbol for geeky knowledge, isn't it?
It is.
Yes.
That sounds wonderfully complicated. How does it come across in play? Let's imagine for a moment alternate universe.
Okay.
This is alternate me. Look at me. I am big fire time into big time online shooters. I like the whole battle royale. I do dances and all that sort of drivel. I've got skins. I've got everything. Am I going to like Hell Let Loose?
Probably not. There's none of that here. It's very realistic.
I feel uncomfortable. I'm switching back to normal me.
Okay, you would love it. It's basically Farming Simulator, but World War II simulator. Good way of summing it up.
Okay. Well, what else have you been playing?
It's mainly been that. Because we had a week break, didn't we, to get prepared for Series 3, which we've just started tonight.
Welcome to Series 3.
Welcome to Series 3.
Anything different? No, not really. George's beard's a bit grey. The production values. If you can see us in anything other than a Lego 180 collage mosaic, you've got a good laptop or TV.
You're
paying for the 4K upgrade through the Discord.
Anyway, yes, we had a week break. So in that week, I did finish Deathloop, which was a great game. Also, a little bit of a slow, disappointing ending in some ways, but it was more fun just getting that run down to take out all the 8 visionaries that you're sort of tasked with doing. Building that up and being able to do it in different manner of sort of styles of play, really. You can be more stealthy, or you can be run and gun, or just go in with sort of some of the abilities. But yeah, real good that was. I enjoyed Deathloop. Highly recommend to anyone who has enjoyed the Dishonored series or GoldenEye, any sort of James Bond style games. Yeah, really nice. I think you should try that. I think you'd like it.
There was a small technical glitch on the audio recording system underneath, so if you're listening now on the audio feed and you feel a little bit bummed out that you didn't get to see the live video, it is on YouTube retrospectively.
Yes, yeah, you'll be able to.
And if the audio feeds end up being absolutely terrible, then I'll find a way to take what you're watching and turn it into something that you can
listen to as
stick in your ear holes.
Yeah, so just Deathloop and Hell Let Loose for me. Played a little bit more Hades, I suppose. Just trying to get the final epilogue on that. But yeah, how about you? Or do you want to just go to the live chat for a moment?
That is Italian Teak. Debs Babs are doing the catering. Enigmatic's here, Doogie's here, RGT's here. I think I've seen games around.
Everybody.
Move the mic, Tom. Cannot see your face. That's from Mumsy.
Of course.
He's positioned it there, but she wants to see everything. Right. I think you can afford just to move it that way if you want to. There you go. This is completely out of our
I'm more worried about, because we're so used to recording so close to the mics, because sadly they did get a bit water damage once due to unpleasant circumstances. So yeah, we're used to just being very close to them. So it's unusual to have the freedom of movement.
It is.
Yeah.
Once again, the celebrity that you are, you don't care what I've been playing.
I do. Sorry, I forgot to ask.
Everyone wants to know what you've been playing.
Of course I do.
Okay.
You play old Cfax graphics games?
I play
on ancient consoles.
Well, I've been playing Tear Away on the Vita, which I've been absolutely loving.
Yeah.
Gone back to that. I thought I played more of it before, but obviously I haven't, because I was getting trophies popped. So there you go, classic me. It's still a fun little game. A little awkward to play sometimes if you're out and about. I was playing it in a car park and was very aware that my face was on the screen, and I was kind of sat, all hunched up playing it in a car park, and you look down and it shows your face, and you look like you've had a Bell's palsy. It still strikes me
as odd that you can use this and nobody bats an eyelid. You get a Switch or a games console out and people look at you like you're an alien.
Well, you are.
I suppose we are.
You completely are.
We like that though, don't we?
Your gran uses a phone. A freak walks around with this. You don't see Mrs. Smith waiting for the bus to Occasional Avenue holding up a TV with a couple of controls slapped on the side of it, do you?
You don't.
You might see her send a little message on her Google or whatever. She might even play a little bit of Candy Crush. To be honest, our target audience are Candy Crush players.
Okay.
That's what that's what the stats say. Other than that, I've been playing a bit more Darksiders. Thoroughly enjoying that. I forced Tom to watch me play it briefly.
You did, yeah. I was actually quite impressed for a PlayStation 3 game.
It's held up well. I'm trying to think what else I've been having to go at. A little play on Spider-Man, just to keep my eye in, I suppose. I feel it a little cheap just to download my save and pop the trophies. So I am working through that, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there.
Man of dedication.
When I turn the PS5 on. To be honest, it's a good enough game to play through it again.
Yeah.
With new Peter, it's kind of a different experience. So
I forgot about
Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
I think we've talked enough about 400-year-old game, and you've probably talked about a modern game. So
We have all bases covered with that, though, don't we?
we have 60% of the bases covered 10% of the time.
Perfect.
You couldn't ask for more. We'll go live chat quickly before we dive deep into the news. What have we got? This is like an evening big breakfast vibe.
Well, we nearly put it out. Don't damage your mic and don't break the teak furniture. Put that on the table as well. Get everything on there.
Just for you, Harvey Retro. For the audio viewers, I'm now displaying the live big breakfast mug that I have from...
Question for you. Favourite female presenter of Big Breakfast? And we're asking that to the live chat as well.
Well, there you go. There's one for the live chat. For me, it's probably a toss-up between Denise Van Outen and Melanie Sykes.
Kelly Brook.
Or Kelly Brook. Yeah. Was Melanie Sykes even on there?
Yeah, she was.
A dirty fantasy. RGT says Gabby. She's licked that mug. Okay.
Whoa, classic. OG Gabby.
You want to see Gabby after a couple of shots of tequila and baby sham? She's nuts. She's absolutely nuts. And licking a yellow big breakfast mug is probably on the lower end of how crazy she is. So let that just settle in. A couple more votes for Denise.
There's one I'm really forgetting about, which I can't.
The guy who played Joe Mangle. You got a little bit of a thing for him, haven't you? What was his name? Joe Little or something?
I think it was.
Yeah. Okay, so you're into him. That's fine.
No, it was.
You're a thespian. You've got to be a bit like that,
Okay,
haven't you?
yeah, I can be a bit like that.
You were researching a new role. Thought, yeah, I'll have a slice. You know, it doesn't make you any less of a human.
Why not?
Anyway, this is the loosiest, goosiest version of the Unofficial Controller podcast I think you'll ever see. What a strange set. I'm looking at myself, and what's going on here?
After you've calmed yourself down that we're on TV, let's get to the news.
Of course. I'm trying to keep that big breakfast vibe alive.
Oh, okay.
I think we've just...
So I'd be the straight person that's keeping you under control.
No, because we just said that you were into Joe Mangle, so I'll be the straight guy. I know it's unusual for you, right? I'll play the straight man, and you be the Joe Mangle guy.
I can't do crazy.
He ain't crazy.
Okay.
Is he?
I don't know. Let's get on.
He bit someone twice. That doesn't make anyone crazy. Listen, we've scoured the very darkest regions of the internet to bring you the latest stories. First up, before you go into the news, I often threaten it, okay? This is our script. Someone's going to get to win this, signed by me and him. All you've got to do is message into the live chat, and we need a question based on the law, Tom.
Oh, now you put me on the spot.
Think about it. When the time comes, they get to win a signed copy of the live script with a little spillage of milk.
What was Stingray's son called?
What was Stingray's son
Series
called?
1.
First person to come back in, they get to win this. If you're in the Discord, DM me your personal address and you can get this. I won't.
We must have a better price than that. Send them some of your memorabilia upstairs.
Memorabilia. Send them your first form. That's the similar vibe here.
Oh, okay.
I'll see if I can dig around in the bonus cupboard down there. That's where I keep my trades, some of them, along with an embarrassing amount of PSP.
The reason this ceiling has a bend in the middle and has an oak beam running through it is to support that amount.
That's the secondary gaming area. So just beware. Anyway, we've done the blurb. I can see. I think
for the audio.
For the audio listener. They're getting probably the worst right here. Yeah. For those that turned up for the viewing, you're fine. Okay. I can see some answers already. I don't know who the first person back was. It looks like it could be Retro Gamer Thomas. Yes, I've got good eyes. Call me.
I'm glad you can see that from here. Anyway, on with the news.
Do they want news? Did they come for news?
I don't know.
Let's give them news. Anyway, first bit of news. Crime pays. Rockstar is removing the classic Grand Theft Auto games from the PS Store this week, and it looks like it may be expecting you to shell out for the recently announced round of remasters. According to the UK retailer-based compilation GTA, the trilogy, the definitive edition, could cost as much as £64.85 on the PlayStation 5 and a lofty £54.85 on the PS4. Now, it's worth stressing, this is very likely to be placeholder pricing from the store, and the label has yet to confirm anything official at the time. Considering the company flogged the PS2 Classic for $11.99 a piece on the PS Store, it's going to need to introduce some significant enhancements if it intends to justify the aforementioned fees. Rockstar said it'll announce more on these remasters soon, and with a release date pegged for 2021, we're unlikely to be waiting long. BGC has already reported that physical copies for the PS4 are targeting a 7th of December release date, although it sounds like PS5 owners may have to wait until next year for a box version. Thoughts on that bit of news, my own co-host?
I don't have high hopes for that, really. I think it's going to be a little bit of a disappointment, because it doesn't sound, when people read it was going to run on Unreal Engine 4, everyone's thinking, wow, that's going to look like a modern game. Well, it's not. It's just the fact it's the easiest thing to get it running on. Rumours are saying it's going to be a few lighting effects, better facial animations and stuff for the characters.
Is GTA 3's Liberty City going to look like an abandoned apocalyptic hellhole that manages to foster a total inhabitant of about 2?
More than likely. I think it's just going to be very similar to the versions already available, with a few bells and whistles.
Pick a moment, a surprise moment here. Imagine Rockstar have gone, oh yeah, everyone expects us this, and we ain't got GTA 6 coming out. Let's give them a Christmas tree. Let's give them everything they could ever wish for. They haven't heard anything from us. We've had the team crafting away, working away. You know it is secret stealth, secret squirrel. Rockstar employees going around with camo on, a whole bag of tricks, and this game pops up. And I don't know why I popped it up like that. It pops up out of nowhere, and it is amazing. It's graphics are close to GTA 4, so we're not going to get like absolutely blown away, but certainly a massive upgrade on the very flat textures that we saw in the originals.
Yeah, I still don't have high hopes. I think it'll be. I don't think it's going to be that cost. I think that's probably a placeholder. I think you're looking probably £30 for the collection.
Wow, physical.
I do wonder, are they going to be able to get the music's always a really good part of GTA. Are they going to be able to actually get a licensing for that?
I presume they probably have to trot off, get Phil Collins on the blower. Do you mind if we in the air tonight?
Toto, are you there?
They're not there. They're in Africa.
Of course.
That's where they live.
Wow.
I don't know where else they might live. What do I think about that? Do you know what? I had good fun with some of those games, particularly San Andreas.
Yeah, same. I loved them when they came out.
I've got a softer spot for 3. I know everyone likes Vice City. I was never that enamoured with it, but to get all 3. To be fair, though, we're all going to end up owning GTA 5 more times than I've out dinners, and thinking about it for a brief moment and then rethinking about it, I'm probably going to end up owning the GTA trilogy as many times.
No, I
got it on PS2, got a collection on Xbox Original, got a re-release of San Andreas on PlayStation 3. What more do you want me to buy?
No more. Don't give them any more money. We want Red Dead 1 remaster. We don't want this. Tell me that's not true.
None of that's true. They never give gamers what they want. They only give shareholders what they need.
So you'd rather have Red Dead 1 remaster, wouldn't you?
I'd rather have just anything new from them, really. It doesn't even have to be Red Dead. I just want some games.
Well, here's some other news. Hope there is another. Do you know what the gaming world doesn't have enough of? Star Wars games. Luckily, it appears another title could be announced this December to mark a new campaign for the franchise.
Really?
As part of a new Disney and Lucasfilm. Another tea for me, please.
You want another one? Fine.
As part of a new Disney and Lucasfilm promotion known as Bring Home the Bounty, the next 12 weeks will see various debuts of new Star Wars toys, collectibles, books, apparel, and more on the week commencing December 14th. A video game controller symbol can be seen, suggesting we may be seeing a new Star Wars game revealed that week. Disney and Lucasfilms are teasing a Star Wars video game debut of some kind in December. The Bring Home the Bounty publishing campaign will debut. Oh, we've already done that. Sorry, there's already speculation as to what this could be. Some have pondered the thought of it being the previously reported Star Wars title coming from Quantic Dream.
That would be cool.
Behind titles such as Detroit Become
That
Human
would be really cool.
and Heavy Rain. So do you think that'll play out like their other titles?
Well, you'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because if it was a completely part,
I had read it would be slightly more action based though. But I still think it'd work because we've had all sorts of genres of Star Wars games, from like flight, battle, dogfighting games, first-person shooters, third-person action games, RPGs. So they could do something like that. Pinball, yeah.
Chess.
Oh yeah.
Masters of Terracassi.
Oh yeah, that
Star Wars, Super Star Wars on the NES and the SNES and the Atari 26.
Definitely not Star Wars games. I did think it might be Star Wars.
If this is your first time viewing, one of our very early episodes was a Star Wars special.
It was. It's a good episode still.
If you don't mind me saying so, I was regretting it. You were at best.
Peasant.
Nothing but a peasant. Listen, hopefully this is coming across okay. Hopefully you can hear us. Hopefully the chemistry is intact.
We would. I mean, if this goes down okay, like we might do other video specials. It's mainly going to be on the audio format, but
turns up 2 minutes before we hit record in a cravat with a pipe.
I did.
Are we all good to go, old boy? Yeah, script's ready. You sit down. Have we got time for a sound check? No, point the mics in the middle. I'm going to go gargle, newt spit. And then I had to do everything. It's not easy, but you know what? Someone's got to do it.
You did a great job. Well done.
So, new Star Wars game. I would prefer to see something more in the vein of Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to. I think that might be a showcase for the sequel to that. Probably only a teaser trailer, but it's probably a couple of years off yet.
What's going on here? A little bit more Donna's out there. Babe, it's a flashback to the streaming days. Any plum loaf? No plum loaf. She also says hi.
Disgusting. How can you eat loaf with fruit in it?
Did that even form a sentence? You're descended from the great Ponsonbury, yet you speak like a cloven-footed man. What is wrong with you?
Champion of the little people, man. Anyway.
There's an accolade to go for. There you go. So, last bit of news.
This is proper cake, not plum loaf.
I had no time for cake. Do you want cake on a silver platter presented to you?
Yes, please, next time.
Next time, okay. I'm glad you said
coffee and walnut.
Because I'm happy to walk out and let you fill.
I'm too scared to do that.
No, well, there, you careful.
Careful, you're threatening me.
That's why I thought on the stage they called you polyfiller. Because there ain't no crack you wouldn't fill. But I guess they probably weren't referring to filling of time. No, they weren't, were they? Anyway, last bit of news. The thing has a name. Well, here's some Nintendo trivia you might not ever have heard of before. Yoshi, in a group of them, are referred to as Yoshis or Yoshis. Why this is news, I don't know. But you know what? Every now and then, Nintendo needed
help. It was a quiet news week.
For Nintendo, they needed helping hand. Apparently, they've all got different names. Whether you want to embrace this lore or not, if you're a fan of lore, you probably would be if you weren't. It's entirely up to you, but according to Nintendo of Europe materials from back in the day, each of the Yoshis in Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island had a name. Yes, there was a Yoshi, Mario's main sidekick, and in addition to this, we have Johnny, Sonny, Claudie, Eddie, Nettie, Tommy, and Marcy, as explained by Super Mario Bros. Thanks to a scan from the Twitter user Sigastab, these names are actually used in the official game guide for the region. I do remember these being in my game guide, which is upstairs. Did I check it? Too lazy. As highlighted in a reply, these names are supposedly based on Club Nintendo employees at Nintendo of America who worked on all the materials. So that is wonderful. Question, Tom, did you ever need to know the name of the Yoshis?
I didn't, but I feel my life is better.
If you're a younger viewer and you didn't know what the pink Yoshi was called, well, you still don't, but hang on a minute, there's a picture here explaining. The pink Yoshi's called, even I need my eyes testing for this. Let me refer to my
Pinky.
previous.
It's renamed. Done. Dusted.
Pink Eye is not what you think it is. I would say that's probably Claudie. At the end of the day, who knows or cares? As Tom would say, why are you still playing the game from 300 years ago? Tom, do the listeners have an opinion or take on the news that we missed. And let's face it, with that humbly collected piece of nonsense that we call news, one would imagine that you're probably scratching your head thinking, oh God, boys, I got better news off of GameSpot this morning. You're losing your grip on reality. Well, if you came for that, the hottest news, you kind of got it. It was lukewarm at best, kind of like this tea that's been served up. Tom, if they didn't have an opinion or a take on the news that we missed, or they want to let us know that this show is only just sub-average, how would they get in contact with us?
You can reach us at questions@unofficialcontrollerpodcast.com. You can direct messages on Twitter or Instagram. And you can also join the Discord chat, where a lot of you very nice people are.
If you're watching now and you're not on the Discord, please get on the Discord. What's wrong with you? It's free. There's loads of people here in the chat that want to talk to you. They want to make friends. You sat there lonely. You're like, oh, what am I doing? Oh, I wish I was on. I wish I had friends. Somewhat. That's what the Discord's for. Get involved. Tom, tell me about the big winter preview, you big sexy man hunk. I'm going to get down here. It makes me feel, No. How's this?
I think they've had enough begging. That is a literal beg. You are on your knees.
I'm begging you to go do something that's free for you. I don't know. Some would imagine that's madness. To all those that are in there, yes. Should totally do a Judge Dredd style UCP shirt that says I am the law. Get your crayons out. Make it happen.
You know when I used to give you that signal on the audio version?
They came here for something special. This is Noel's house party today. It's not just noon.
Imagine if we had Blobby. I would SHIT a break.
Wow.
The big winter preview. As always, we ask you guys your thoughts on the topic and have interwoven those into the end of the feature. So we'll be hearing from many of you nice people.
I shall do the first game.
Okay. It was going to be my pick, but...
All right, you have it.
No, it's one I'm looking forward to. You take it.
Guardians of the Galaxy launching on the 26th of October on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X and Series S. The very popular Marvel film series is making its way into the video game world. This is a single-player story-driven action-adventure with the characters' likenesses taken more from the comics than the films. From the few trailers and gameplay clips shown so far, it's looking like a rip-roaring space adventure with the player taking control of Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, with the ability to dish out commands and attacks the remaining crew members, consisting of Gamora, Rocket, Groot, and Drax. Nearly tripped over my own teeth, and you'd have seen it live if that was okay. It'd been terrible.
You did well.
We flagged attention to it, which we shouldn't have done. Between missions, you'll be able to explore the Guardian spaceship and converse with your crew while you prepare where to go next. One of your personal favourite things from the film series is also included in the new game Star-Lord mixtape. Now, that's cool. That is cool. Yeah. When the battle gets tough, put on the 80s tunes and give your team the boost they need to win the fight. Did you write that?
I wrote that. Legitimately, I wrote that, and it's not copy and pasted news.
Do you know, it's coming of age moment, isn't it? I'm super proud of them. I'm welled up a little bit.
Thank you.
This is your best work.
The rest are probably a car crash waiting to happen, but thank you.
Let's reverse. Let's talk Guardians of the Galaxy. If you want to get involved in the live chat, if you're excited about this, obviously we've got the traditional comments at the end of the feature. But this wouldn't be a live show without some live stuff going on, would it now?
It would not. I'm really looking forward to this. The more I've seen of it, it's more and more polished. I think I'll get it for Christmas to play over the Christmas holidays.
If you are a repeat listener to the show, you know that Tom likes to pick a game at Christmas. It needs to be an action-adventure game. It needs to be of medium length. It needs to be something he can unwrap under the tree and get finished in his Christmas Eve. This is a very rare game. Normally a Zelda. Last year, I believe it was Jedi. No, the year before that was Jedi Fallen Order. Last year it would have been Demon Souls. What was it the year before Jedi Fallen Order?
No, last year it was Cyberpunk. And I actually did enjoy it still. It's a bit of a tradition of mine, so I think it'll be Guardians.
Is this going to qualify, or is this going to be?
I think so.
Have you ever had a game? I think you have had a couple of busts.
Oh yeah, of course I have. Yeah.
Tell me about the Christmas busts.
Prince of Persia. It was an Xbox One version. I think it was just called Prince of Persia. I remember
the cel-shade reboot.
Yeah, I just didn't enjoy it. I was like, I really wish I didn't get this.
Has there been any other notable failures?
No, usually my picks have been pretty strong. There's been some where I'm like, that was good, but it's not. There's been others where, like, Aki replaced Ocarina of Time 1998. That is just childhood memory.
That's a moment for both of us, though, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Enjoyed Final Fantasy 15. I played that over a Christmas break.
Yeah, that's
quite a good one.
I love that game. The only problem with that game, the opening, I know everyone's going to be like, no, George, no. The opening section isn't long enough.
No.
Your friend's road trip, there should have been more things to see and do. This is not Guardians of the Galaxy. This is classic.
We're getting sidetracked.
So, Christmas game.
You're going to enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy, I think.
One thing that intrigues me that I didn't know about is the mixtape. Obviously, I knew it was going to be in there.
Yeah, so when you are struggling in the battle, you can build up to it's almost like a special meter where all the team gets like really upgraded and really strong, and you can basically dish out more damage to the enemies, and you get like a pumping 80s banger coming through the mixtape.
Hold the line. Always on time.
I think the official soundtrack list is out, so you can have a look if there's any of your favourites on there.
Okay.
So go and take a look at that.
What's next in your big winter game preview?
Well, it's just, I've tried to pick a few slightly different ones. We've got a smaller indie title now called Solar Ash. It's from the creators of Hyper Light Drifter, if any of you played that. But just a quick amend to the script, because before this was written, it's actually had a delay. It was coming out on October the 26th for PC, PS4 and PS5. It's still coming to those platforms, but it's now coming in December. I think it was December the 1st, so not too long to wait. It will still be out before the end of the year. A little bit about it. Yeah, it's from the creators of Hyper Light Drifter.
Wait. This is important.
What? Have we gone viral? Tell me when we've gone viral, and then I can retire.
I'll get if you're waiting for that, I'll get my pillow. C. Pliskin has arrived.
Okay.
And he likes the gaming.
His comment is longer than the script, so we don't have to worry about content.
No, just keep commenting, and then the show will be longer than 10 minutes. He likes to set up.
Thank you
to everyone. Very good of you. Solar Ash.
Solar Ash, yeah. The game sees you journey through a rift in space called the Ultra Void. Once in the void, players will find a highly stylized world with enduring characters. The playable character and protagonist Ray will have the ability to traverse this world with fluid movement and high speed before confronting some giant bosses. The developers have said the game relies more on movement than straight-up combat, which sounds like quite an intriguing idea. Please go check out the trailers for this, as it does look quite a hidden gem amongst the heavyweights in the winter lineup.
It's nice to see some of the smaller games getting interspersed in your big winter preview. Always been a champion of the indie. As you said at the top of the show, you're like the guy for the little man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They've always been a good filler. They're like a Christmas stocking filler. You get a little indie game to tide you over till the big boys release their games.
Sort of game that stands a couple of urinals down from Halo Infinite, for want of a better word.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that one. But another Xbox exclusive first, what we got?
Forza Horizon 5. Now, Forza Horizon 5, this one is a racing star. Red Diesel would be...
There's lore sprinkled throughout this for you.
Always pre-read the script that Tom's going to write. If you wanted the lore, you've got the lore. So this is one racing star. Red Diesel would be all over it. Remember the 5th of November, one of your favourite Xbox series returns this winter on the Xbox family of consoles and Games Pass Day 1. What is this tea? Is it mushroom tea? Because I'm wondering. The Forza Horizon series, in our eyes, is the pinnacle of open world motoring. Agreed. Whether completing challenges with friends or searching out that special barn find on your own, this is a real hit for the solo player or with your online pals. The new title takes place to Mexico with a map roughly said to be 50% larger than Forza Horizon 4's UK map. The landscape ranges from desert countryside to the hub city of Guanajuato, and it also has a volcano. Some of the new vehicles include the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands, the Mercedes AMG 1, Porsche Taycan Turbo S, and many, many more. We say roll on the 5th of November. Rewind, stop. Now, everyone loves the green hills and rolling countryside of Forza Horizon 4's interpretation of the UK.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's exactly the UK, but it's their interpretation of the UK. Very good. But the range and excitement in the UK probably not that great. Mexico, on the other hand, ranging from desert to volcano to mountain tops and everything in between, sounds like it could be an amazing amount of fun.
Yeah, it looks a lot more rugged in some of the screenshots I saw the other day with like the sort of the off-roading vehicles. You know how you start the game where it's almost like an interactive cutscene, the way you drive the vehicle to the Forza Horizon show or whatever it was. I'm going off memory here. The last one I played was the one set in Australia, which was great. Loved it. They reckon it runs really seamless now because of the fast loading.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So it's really like the intro is meant to be pretty something special. So that's something to look forward to.
We like a good opening of the game.
Yeah, there's a show in that. There's a show in that. Get that save.
What did I say?
Best opening of video games.
I'm glad it's not what I was thinking of, which is what's the best knitwear I could wear tomorrow. Another episode?
That's one for your personal podcast, you want.
That's the one for the personal show. Okay, all right. Well, I think that sounds great, and I think the exciting sort of areas. I'm not poo-pooing the UK. It's good, but I think we're a bit bored of it now.
There's not that many games set in the UK.
No, but we've all played the wheels off of that.
Oh, off 4, yeah. So it's a good one for them to step to because it is a lot more varied. Like you say, it's a very different landscape to the UK.
I think they should.
I think if they'd have gone to somewhere like another European country, it'd have been a little bit too.
Well, they could have gone to Iceland.
Yeah, that's quite an interesting idea.
That would be great.
It was rumoured Japan, like Tokyo, and
that'd have been cool because they could have had the mountain drift sections up and down, and then that would have been really.
I think that probably will come eventually. It's one.
I think they're just going to go around the world. Maybe before you know it, it's going to be Forza Horizon 25, Afghanistan.
Maybe.
So they're going to have to get a turn in the barrel.
Yeah, it's like the World Cup. Everyone needs to.
Everyone's got to have a go. Okay, excited
what
by that.
Next?
Halo Infinite. Seems that, after poor Craig. After poor old Craig the Brew got literally brutalised last year when Halo Infinite was first revealed, it's now a year later and Halo Infinite is coming out swinging. The 8th of December on Games Pass Day 1 and Xbox family of consoles. The much needed extra development time looks like it's really paid off with the game looking in great shape and the multiplayer beta impressions being positive. With a big team battle mode looking like the highlight of the beta for many, one new gameplay mechanic sure to mix things up is the addition of the grappling hook. Can't have a game without grappling hook. It's not reached top tier level unless there's a grappling hook, with Spartans able to get around the map a lot more easily. As for the campaign, little information has been shared on it, but Xbox GM Aaron Greenberg did say, after a recent hands-on, it left him smiling all weekend. Halo Infinite. A lot of very excited people in the Discord for that.
Yeah, I'd be excited about the Xbox console. That looks really good. Apparently, the multiplayer it really is top notch. They've refined everything.
The fact it's on Games Pass, I mean,
I know that's like that big heavy hit.
You could take an opportunity like that to say it's coming to Games Pass in 3 months' time. I don't personally think that would be something I would consider a dick move. I'd be like, okay,
exactly.
Okay, if I want it day and date, I'll pay 50 squid. Probably going to want the box. If I'm a big Halo fan, I'm probably going to want all the merch.
It does make those £70 Sony exclusives sting a little bit. I love the PS5.
I think Xbox would get away with having tentpole titles that don't. I know it's a big thing that it comes day and date, but even if it came a month later, it would just give the brick and mortar stores a chance to do something.
Yeah,
that's where I see problem. Xbox out in the wild. This is not how people are buying games anymore, but they're and whether this is even relevant, but their occupation on the high street's minimal because Xbox gamers don't buy games.
Yeah, you just like some people still go in and get like the subscription cards, I suppose, but yeah, they've not got much store presence. But to be honest, in this day and age,
that's what I'm saying. Does it matter?
Not really. No.
When I go for a mooch into town, I probably know I'm in the minority, although town seems very busy these days. I find the game that says Xbox One in the top left-hand corner, but I don't find a game that Series X, is branded that way. I find loads of Xbox One stuff. Maybe I just don't understand. Maybe I'm a bit of a dim-dim. But with Games Pass and a Series S, you've got no disc tray. So it's a no-brainer.
I think it's going to go a little bit like vinyl records and like people's appreciation of old things, that the majority will always stream, and it will become the new way to consume like your media. You don't own it, but you can still.
I'll be talking like a streaming version of the next series of consoles, a streaming version and a hardware-based machine. That's $2,000, and your streaming box is 200. So this $2,000, it's got everything in there, the finest electronics. It's been put together. It doesn't look like a console anymore. I think I've mentioned this before. It's made out of marble or whatever. It looks exquisite.
Right. Okay.
And for those people, places like Limited Run Games furnish you with your physical copies. That way, there's zero latency. Everything's happening on the machine. There's no streaming down. Everything. The machine is powerful enough to match the servers back at home base. So you're literally having exactly the same experience as a server based and physical based.
Maybe.
I don't see any other way for, what else are you going to do? Does game exist so you can go get a Ratchet and Clank special edition without a game in it because you've already streamed that? There is no point.
True.
Secondary revenue stream.
I was
dead.
I was looking at, on the subject of vinyl, obviously a lot of people say that music sounds better on vinyl. It more than likely does, so I agree. Actually, I went to watch James Bond, and he died another. No Time to Die. Die Another Day is the Pierce Brosnan one.
Normally this show it would be that, but for this one story it's this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great film. If you like the Daniel Craig James Bonds, definitely go and see it. It's a good wrap up to these series. No
What's this got to do with vinyl?
I then was watching Casino Royale on the TV.
Yes.
It's like, that looks really good. Why is it? The picture looks great. I googled it, and Casino Royale is shot on film still, not digital film. The difference, I thought, it looked fantastic, and I didn't realise all the James Bonds have been done on film, because when I was looking at No Time to Die in the cinema, I was like, wow, what a great film to see in the cinema. I was like, that picture looks brilliant and fantastic. So I think sometimes stuff gets lost in this ever ongoing pursuit of making everything look shiny, and I'm not a fan of Blu-ray as well.
You're not a fan of Blu-ray?
No, I'm actually starting to find I prefer the look of the older DVDs.
What are you
4K
playing?
looks
I don't know how on a big winter preview we're into this, but what are you playing these Blu-rays on?
PS5.
With the screen set up for your games?
More than likely, yes.
Do you want to take this next game before I stab your eyeball out?
You need to come around and get the TV set up for me. Please. I'd appreciate it.
As the 9th Duke, or whatever the law suggests I am, the 11th Duke.
Send one of your minions round there.
I'll send.
Technical Terry.
Yeah. James' work experience has been downgraded to a footman.
Has he? Oh, right. Okay, we've heard from him.
Yeah.
Or is that not happening?
I thought I'd sold him into child slavery, but transpires he's been living in the broom cupboard.
Well, he might appear during the
no
release. Okay, he's not. Well, next up, we need to get back on topic. Apologies for the rambling. It's our first time being on the
Are you enjoying the ramble? Because if you're not, we'll cut straight to the facts. And do you know what? This is not going to be a very big breakfast if you do that.
Next up, we've got Battlefield 2042. After a short delay, Battlefield 2042 will launch on the 19th of November on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, and Series S.
Away. They want the ramble. That's dangerous. Don't ask me that.
Don't, because the show.
Forza Horizon 25, Afghanistan sounds explosive.
Wow, that's a great comment.
That's on the back of the box. Find it weird that this is the first time I'm seeing George on camera. I was imagining someone blonde.
Has someone seen me on camera?
All the time, I think. All the time, yeah. You're on
crime. Oh, they're fully into the law.
They're into the law.
Okay.
As Led Zeppelin would say, ramble on.
Wow. Great.
Apparently, I was meant to be Scandinavia would be good, says Bada Bingster. I'm still reeling from the fact that I'm either meant to be blonde or ginger.
Oh, really?
Okay. The 9th Duke had a touch of blonde in his hair.
He does, yeah.
Battlefield. Tell me about this latest game.
Yes. For many online shooter fans, this is the Mac Daddy, the one they've been waiting for. At the time of writing, the game is currently enjoying a successful beta, and hopefully with no more delays. There were rumours it was going to be delayed if the beta feedback was poor, but I don't think it has been. I think the majority of people spoke to have really enjoyed that, and hopefully it might get another beta before launch. One interesting dynamic of the new entry in Battlefield is the Battlefield Portal, which will see fans be able to mix up weapons and vehicles and kit from different Battlefield time periods. So if anyone fancies seeing modern day Spec Ops team taking on a World War II tank, this is your
I
playground.
need to chill out. It's a video game. It's never meant to be real, although it trades on the fact it's real. And now they're going to say to us that Battlefield 2042, go in your World War I skins, you're all gravy.
I believe so.
I'm not a fan of this, but I know that the fans that are the fans of this, they like this. Again, I can't remember the last time I played a Battlefield. I probably got one up there. I bought it for there's a level where you take off from an aircraft.
I thought you played the one set in World War I, didn't you? Because you wanted to do the campaign.
No.
Did you not?
No.
I think you'd like that if you give it a try.
I might. That might get me hooked. I was about to say
you are going to get on Hell Let Loose with me. Actual tactics-based FPS. It's right up your street.
The finger stab of table.
Yeah, if you stab the finger, it means you've got to do it.
You have to do it. Up next, I thought you'd want this, but I'm taking it. Advanced Wars 1 and 2, Reboot Camp. Developer Way Forward is handling the remake of Intelligent Systems turn-based classic. If you've seen the album art for this, the cover art for this game, they've recreated the original GBA box.
Oh, have they?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Advanced Wars Reboot Camp is available on the 3rd of December for the 2 original Game Boy Advance games. Get the remake treatment exclusively for the Nintendo Switch. This should be your Christmas game. Might be a reason to unpawn the Switch. While the core gameplay will remain the same, the two titles will have a HD visual upgrade with slightly new look to the units and vehicles. Not too much. In our opinion, it looks clean and crisp, but still pays homage to the originals. Absolutely. Our favourite command and officers will return with some nice visual animation for each of them. Local wireless play will be possible for up to 4 players. The big modern feature will be online play, though, which is a great addition for the turn-based strategy fans among you, as this one is the greatest strategy game of all time.
One of. That's how the tank turns in Hell Let Loose. Do you want to slap?
What? How is this the greatest action strategy game of all time? One of the greatest. Surely Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth is up there at the Pearly Gates itself.
Turn-based strategy. Finger bashing on table.
Shit, what do I know?
What do you know about strategy games? Leave it to the man of facts.
Let's talk about why you waddle in. I'm going to use the word waddle. Why you waddle in as the big action strategy guy? Because the PS1 came out and you had a bit of a go on Command and Conquer Red Alert.
Yes. I had it on N64 as well. It looked loads better.
Then the PS2 came out and you probably got wild on Age of Empires.
Yes.
Then that was probably your whole involvement in action strategy games until Lord of the Rings appeared.
Yeah.
So that's 4 games. 5 including this.
Real-time strategy.
That's 4.
Turn-based strategy. 2 different things.
What other turn-based strategy games do you play?
Fire Emblem.
Oh, it's a good job you had that in that British.
Oh, yeah.
You're on the ragged edge.
If I'd have given you a 1-2 as well, you'd have been actually on the floor.
I could see these beads of water appearing on your head.
In my head, I'm thinking Fire Emblem. If I give him another, it'll finish him off.
That was excellent. Tell me. I don't know. I had a lot of fun with that on the original Advance. I thought the first one was great. I don't think I ever played the second game.
They're a great fit for the Switch as well because it's still portable.
Agreed. And I think the extra widescreen and everything.
I actually might get those again. They are really good games.
Like I say, the homage to the artwork, and then I expected something a lot more severe inside the game for graphical representation, but the fact they've left the charm there, I'm all part of that. Yeah. Up next, Jurassic World Evolution 2. The park reopens on the 9th of November in this sequel to the 2018. Is that how long ago that came out?
Yeah.
Park management simulator Jurassic World Evolution will be available on PC, PS4, PS5, and Xbox consoles.
If you're a fan of Theme Park, Hospital, Roller Coaster Tycoon, or The Sims, you might want to check this one out. The game gives you full control to create and manage a dinosaur amusement park in a way only John Hammond could have dreamt of. Some of the new dinosaurs featured include the aquatic Mosasaurus, seen in the film Jurassic World, and 2 new flying dinosaurs, the Petrodon and the Dimorphodon. The game will feature a new narrative-driven story mode set in the film events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. This will require trying to regain control of dinosaurs now living amongst the natural world rather than coming straight from a laboratory. The new Chaos Theory mode as well, this sounds quite good, will allow you to replay moments from all the films and change events to get different outcomes.
That's actually really cool.
Which we think sounds a great idea and has potential for some great grade A Ian Malcolm chaos. Life will find a way.
There's an argument going on here. Good save from you, apparently. Greatest RTS of Age of Mythology. Battlefield 5 was awesome. Mickey, I know you're a fan. Okay, I always think,
a great game.
I always think of you when I say the Battlefield and I scratch my head and I think, hang on a minute, Mickey sat there, he's loving it. It's just horses for courses.
Can you ask him if he's enjoyed the beta?
Is the official? Is the play? That's about the.
Well, I've just asked him.
I wanted to deroad from this and felt like it might be a bit much. I actually think this came from Primark, but I'm sure that makes it official. I don't know.
Oh, Primark.
You tell me. Anyway, before we hit the oil up and hit the gym with me. Before we do that, there's another game.
Have we got that game? Is that the last one? It is.
I'll take this because I feel like I owe this to.
Yeah, you can read the last bit.
On the case contractors, it's Farming Simulator 22. Only the Unofficial Controller podcast will come out swinging with this bad boy as a winter game preview. Tom had obviously.
It's got a lot of fans.
You got no fans? While years ago this series would have been picked up in a bargain bin or a charity shop, Farming Simulator has really formed an ever-on growing audience, including myself. So here we are with the next instalment, Farming Simulator 2022, launched on PC, PS5, PS4 and Xbox consoles on the 22nd of November. The PC version will feature a mod hub where the community-created content will be available to share, as it is on the consoles. Some of the features test the grit and mind of greenhorn farmers are seasonal cycles, which will be absolutely incredible. New crops to manage and harvest, and also the control of production chains. Many new models of tractors, harvesters, and farm machinery will also be available to make sure you meet the new demands. And so now we close the words with the etched. And so now we close the word etched in the restored Farmerton Market Square. I have lawns, I have bowers, I have fruit. This is you padded. I have flowers. The lark is my morning alarmer. So jolly boys now, here's Godspeed the plough, long life and success to the farmer. When Tom wasn't quite sure what else to write about Farming Simulator 22, he goes in the locker and he pulls out one of the Night Duke's finest haikus and he puts it in here. What does it mean? I don't know.
Like celebrating the life of the farmer, isn't it?
What's a bower?
Is it like a thorough?
You don't know, but the original writer needed something to rhyme with flowers, so just go with it.
Okay.
Wait. Okay. Personally, I'm excited by
that. We need to talk about
It's not got the VR mode in it that I would love to see.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's when I've played this game online.
Is that available on like the Oculus for PC, or is it just VR's just not available?
VR's just not happening.
Okay.
I'm sure some clever people can go in and decide think there's a way to add VR to a game. You know,
really?
You normally use your right stick when you're in a game or the mouse.
I know the modding community is pretty big on Farming Simulator, isn't it?
You can attach that same movement of the mouse to the head.
Right, I see.
So there are ways to bring it in on PC if you want to, but me doing that on PlayStation.
It'll probably happen one day.
One can only imagine. One can only dream. But I'm excited for that. There's a whole new level of management going into the game from what I can work out in the videos that I've seen. So I'm excited. There's a whole new texture pack for the rotating soil in the ground when you're ploughing or dragging or whatever. So it really looks... Before, it was kind of like you hovered over the kind of textures. It did try a bit, but now you're literally going to see it fold, and that will be wonderful. So before I lose myself on the graphics of a farming game, Tom, what else you got to tell me?
Well, before we finish the feature, the listeners should know we have another upcoming preview. This one's for early 2022 because it's still kind of winter. And that's going to be including a look at the new Pokemon Arceus, Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West, Dying Light 2, Gran Turismo 7, and many more. 2022 is looking absolutely stacked at the moment for titles, so I think it'd be worth looking at some of the earlier ones coming out. I think there's Sifu as well, that sort of beat 'em up game for the PS5 and PS4.
I actually think that's on everything.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know it was in a PlayStation like event, wasn't it?
Yes.
That doesn't mean that it's not multi-format.
Yeah, sometimes it gets a little confusing.
Something in my mind tells me it was multi-format. So anyway, as always with this show, listen. We need more viewers. Okay, I don't ask for much. I ask for nothing, but that's what we need. More viewers. The viewer here. That's what I see. We're not ungrateful. We just need more. We always ask people to message in. It's an audience interaction show. It couldn't be. It can't not be. It has to be, because we're not good enough to handle it on our own. So we ask you to help us. And I think that's a pretty good philosophy, if I'm honest. Know what you're good at and stick to that. Yeah, this will be the last show. Anyway, so you got in touch, as always, on Instagram.
You can't be cruel to them again like that.
No, you're right. I can't. We pulled the whole last show ever thing, and
whoa, what's this wee business? Ours again.
Do it for the clicks, George. Do it for the clicks. Do it now. If you don't do that now, I quit the show. Like, Tom, this is going to upset everybody. I don't care. I'm not even on social. You can feed the wrath. It's like, right, okay. And then like half hour, what's going on? It's like, Discord's in uproar, Tom. I don't think there's a show anymore.
If I can't see the fire from my house.
What did you just say? What did you just say?
My house.
What about before that? Because
bizarrely, if you can't see the fire in my house, I'm not getting burnt, so I was okay. I was safely away from.
That's classic you, that is. That's classic Nero. Sits on the Rome Palace, watches the whole city burn while playing his fiddle. That didn't actually happen, by the way. That's coming in the History podcast. The show that you never thought you needed. And I never made. Anyway, we asked people to get in touch. Vince the Gamer got in touch. He's a good egg, isn't he?
He is. Thank you very much.
Tell me what the mighty Nicky Finnegan has to say for himself.
He says, I used to play Halo multiplayer religiously pretty much every night, but I kind of went off it a bit around 4 and 5. Halo Infinite, however, looks amazing, and I feel like now is the time for my triumphant return to the battlefield. Laughing emoji. Also, I'm probably being super optimistic, hoping for a release in the next 6 months.
Nothing wrong with optimism, Mickey.
But the next gen game I've been looking forward to the most is Hellblade 2. I think that game is going to take graphics and game design to the next level.
Agreed. I think that game design I can't speak for because I have yet to play Hellblade, but everything I've seen of the game. There were times when I was very impressed with Hellblade 1's look, but when I saw some of the tech features for the Hellblade 2, because we saw that sort of technical showcase of her face and everything moving, did we not, for Hellblade 2, I believe?
Yes.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Uncanny beyond. I thought, if that's how that's going to rock out, is that going to be our first true next-gen game? Could Xbox take that scalp?
Yeah, that'll be an interesting
Ratchet and Clank, there's been some argument that could have ran on a PS4.
No.
There has been.
Yeah,
even the developer says, yes, it possibly
could have run on the PS4. I don't mean it'll look good.
I think there's still arguments to say that
looked
okay. Whereas
you're still playing PS3, so in 5 years' time when you're playing PS5...
Why are you defending the next-gen console like Sir Lancelot? It's okay.
Because you've got to move forward.
Why?
Because it pushes the boundaries of the industry.
When I get there, I'll get there.
Okay.
But when I finally get there, the Xbox Series X will have had the first true next-gen game that looks amazing.
That's what you're putting your money on, is it?
Yeah.
Paddy Power, money on Xbox to have the
first
true next-gen time.
The one that makes you go all crikey. Because Ratchet and Clank was pretty, don't get me wrong, and it was a fun little game. But it didn't ever stretch into the, my God, am I looking at something real?
I think when more games start using probably Unreal Engine 5 and so forth.
This is what I'm saying, and that's
the big leap.
This is what we're waiting for.
Who we got next?
Comic Pictures 79, Adam the artist. He's made the, you can see it there. I decided to incorporate it into the set. You can see the unofficial album art that he made for the Unofficial Controller podcast. Many different variations of the album art. We even thought about giving you.
We're going to give you a new one.
But then we realised you probably wouldn't remember who we were or where we came from. So, you know, what more can I say? So Comic Pictures does the art for the show. If you want to get in touch with him, you'll find him on Instagram under that name. And you'll also find him on Etsy, Comic Pictures, no space, art from the show. And he draws a cracking range of geek art style stuff for you to draw and, well, not draw, you're not drawing, you're paying him to draw. What are you doing? Sticking it on your wall. Simple. He's not going to come and stick it on your wall. But apart from that, he takes care of everything. Yeah. Anyway, Comic Picture 79, he says, I'm looking forward to Halo Infinite. Now, I probably won't play the campaign until the co-op is added. I saw that as Coop and pulled myself back.
Well,
added because for me, that's what Halo is.
yeah, co-op campaign in Halo is great.
Yeah, he has a good point there. I'm really looking forward to Forza because the preview said something quite special. Agreed, and that's why it was in Tom's big winter preview. Number one for me though is Stalker 2. Personally, I think the game looks absolutely incredible.
What is Stalker about? Do you know much about that?
Isn't it that Chernobyl game where you kind of like go around Chernobyl and it's a little bit on edge? I have to admit the original did pass me by, but I do believe it was like 360 era from memory. Tell me what Stalker 2 is. See if I've even got it close. Like, George, that's like a very loose abbreviation of what the game could be.
We're a gaming podcast, but we're asking the audience what. There's a lot of games, though, isn't there? We can't know everything about it.
We nearly named every Star Wars game in the opening section.
And I named 2 turn-based strategies. Thank you very much.
Name a third. Ginger's game.
Gears of War Tactics. XCOM.
XCOM is good as well.
Yeah. The weird one, the steampunk one on the
Shadowrun.
DS. Was it DS or 3DS? Someone tell me what that game was. It was a cel-shaded steampunk turn-based strategy game on the DS or the 3DS.
Valkyrie Chronicles or something?
No, it had a strange name.
Okay, Gingy's Game Room's got in touch. Him and Mickey are excited for Battlefield 22. He says, I'm really excited for Battlefield 2042. I still regard BF4 as the best FPS online shooter, and I'm hoping 2042 delivers. That's I adopted him, as you know, in the lore of the show. I adopted Ginger's Games Room, made in my own child.
There's lore I don't know about because I went away for a while.
Did the fans forgive Tom? Or do you want him strung up next line?
Now, you know what it should be happening, don't you?
What?
We just have a big gunge tank seat like CBBC, and like if I'm forgiven,
Like Noel?
You're Noel, yeah.
If
I'm forgiven, I'm allowed to walk free. If I'm not, I get gunged. So basically, I get gunged.
If anyone wants to see Tom get gunged, message in. It's not even difficult, is it? The answer is yes. The question really is how much gunge. The Gaming Grab reached out. I do believe he's DTXF in the live chat. If I'm wrong, then I apologise. He says the Gaming Grab, promote it on. Okay, yes. Who's sick of that on Instagram? Promote it on this. Promote it on Naked Streamers. Promote it on my backside. Either which way. No. Let's check the live chat because I think we asked the question. I don't know what's going on. No, the glue's just kicking in. Just been plugging the live stream in my stories. What a legend! More of you need to do that. Why are you doing that?
Thank you. Yes.
Everyone can't beat a good gunging, says Donna. Hey, babe. Flick that hair. Looking incredible. Cheers for the shout out.
Mario Rabbids Kingdom. How do we forget that? I even owned it. And it was
That's
brilliant.
a turn-based strategy game.
Yes,
it's certainly
brilliant.
not in the high level of conversation.
It is. It's brilliant.
Gaming Gram.
Great show.
The Gaming Gram's got in touch. Good luck with the live show, guys. Thank you. It's a bit late for that now, but you know we're all in. Very much looking forward to tuning in after work tomorrow evening. Yours will no doubt knock it out of the park. There's a lot I'm looking forward to over the next 6 months, and it comes down to first knowing where to begin. Firstly, I'm hoping finally to get my hands on a PS5, so I'll definitely be playing Ratchet and Clank and Astrobot. In terms of upcoming releases, Battlefield 2042 is the one I'm excited about. Forza Horizon 5 is a must-have for me. He's just got all the games here. The fact that day one it's on Games Pass is mind-blowing to me, and me, absolutely. They don't have to do that, in my opinion, but fair play to them for doing it. I'm eager to play the new Star Wars Lego game when it's released too. The main one for me, though, is WWE 2K22. After 2 years of that, a big WWE game following the disaster that was 2K20. We had WWE Battlegrounds, but that hardly left me satisfied. We'll finally be getting another WWE game early next year. As a dedicated wrestling fan, I bought wrestling games regardless of when they're whether they're good or not for nearly 20 years now. I'm hoping WWE 2K22 has had the time to be developed properly and restores the wrestling game to its former glory. Now, there's a true gamer. I buy every version just hoping that it improves, but it just gets slightly worse over time. Then one standout version comes out and it restores my faith. But it was only 75% of the game I actually wanted, and now we're down at, where are we? We're down here. We're down here in the pond water level.
We are.
I would love to see a WWE game that made everybody happy.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen too
No.
much with with them.
Imagine if they had like 80s career, 90s career, so you could play through the whole legacy. Let's say you do create and you say, my character, you could, maybe you have to protect from injuries. Maybe your character could pick up like, damn near broke my tailbone sort of injury. And that limits your ability. Maybe that reduces your stats. So you get better technical abilities as you get further in the game, but your ability to take a beating comes down or your speed comes down. So you can be at your 20th WrestleMania, absolutely fighting the young buck of the WWE, but you're an aged pro, so you've got to slow it down and work him down. You look at you like smile like, oh, Lord, I do this. It's never going to happen. It's never going to happen. But imagine creating a character in 80s superstar era, and he's all sort of fella boas and whatnot, and then maybe as that ends and you're going into sort of the Attitude Era and that gap in between the sort of realism Bret Hart HBK era, you redesign your character to be more 90s, more attitude, and then you get to redesign again. And then
I think that's a great idea, but I think you'd have to implement it as an actual story mode, and you don't really get to create your own character, but you play the role of like Mickey Rourke in The Wrestler, but you do his early career as well. So you, like you say, that's a great idea, but to get around the fact that it'd be very difficult to do each individual character in the cutscenes.
Is that a game? My wrestling game I just said about, is that a game you would buy?
You've got to have the gameplay as well, because if you have a
pretty sure that was a Chris Benoit quote from the Don't Try At Home ad. It was all for you. Down there broke my tailbone. I'm interested in an AEW game. Me too.
Yes, that's
WWE 2K22 used to be amazing. People want to know what Gunge is. Now RGT has told them. AEW. Mickey's obviously a fan of AEW. Retro Gomez.
That's gaining some traction, isn't it?
I don't know why Donna's fell out of a wheelie bin. I guess she damn near broke a tailbone. I have no idea what's going on here. It's all kicking off
some backyard wrestling.
I have no idea. If he's damaged Babe in any way, I will break his spine. That's right.
Unless he does a flying headbutt off the roof.
No excuses. I'm going to get him down in the crossface crippler. I'm going to make him apologise to Donna, and then I'm going to knock him out.
Whoa. Okay.
No one puts Babe in the
words of
corner.
Vince McMahon there.
Yeah.
Rose Spacemonk's up next. Thanks for the comment. Definitely Halo Infinite. I need a new multiplayer.
Well, wait. Make a solid point here. The AEW game coming out looks way more like a No Mercy style game.
It's because it's made by the same.
That's what I'm going to say to you. Okay. Are you excited? It's all right you knowing, and it's all right me knowing. But do they know?
I am very excited.
Have you been in the drinks cabinet again?
No, I come here. It's a right dry house. Tea. Where's the bourbon?
We hide it when you come.
The malts.
You're not someone who can have just a wee
all
drink.
The malts lined up.
You nail them all.
You would get a better performance from me if there was more of that. Look at the Christmas show.
Some of the things I can't mention. Oh, that Christmas show was gold. Your one-man monologue.
Well, you know what to do next time.
Get you more drunk.
Yes.
I don't like drunk you.
Well, not too far.
Yeah, but it's a very fine line.
It is.
Too
have to balance
too much.
You have to balance that line.
1 minute he's laughing, has another sip. You want to win?
I'm just on the line. You're the one holding it. I'm walking across it, like walking between the Twin Towers. Walking between it. You're just holding the line.
That's not a good reference. Are we talking the Twin Towers of Gondor?
Yeah, but it was history. Some bloke walked across them, didn't
he? Did he?
Yeah,
I think I remember that. Briefly. It's one of those things that you would find on ITV in the late mid 90s. It'd be like, coming up after Fall Guy, man walks between two towers, and there's like 45 minutes of like, people have tried this before across history, but no one's ever succeeded. Will he try it tonight? And he like goes up there and it's like, I'm Mark McWhirter live from the two towers down and I've been trying to tear apart their building down in the level. It's incredible. God, what do you think? Well, I've been practicing Tyrone Wood for a long time. I'm really tired and go for it. My pole's made out of carbon fibre, sponsored by, I don't know, Lilt. I don't know at this point. And then the last 10 minutes is basically him walking across, but the helicopter's that zoomed out, and you see him get about halfway, and then it plays the credits. Kind enough to put the credits in see-through, so you can see him finishing his walk. But yeah, that's the kind of dribble that you're talking about. How did I?
We need to read the rest of Rose Spaceman's quote.
I don't think I've read any of his bit.
I've read the start. He said he's also looking forward to Forza Horizon 5. Horizon 4 was fantastic, and the setting in Mexico for 5 looks stunning. There's not much else on my radar really. I have a huge backlog of games, so they should keep me busy for a while anyway. Next up, we've got Bada Binks to Retro Gaming. First off, good luck with the live show. Thank you very much. You guys are going to smash it. I've not been keeping up to date with what's coming out. I've been waiting for this episode to create a list. Gran Turismo 7 is the only one I've kept my eye on, as I love the GT franchise and I'm hoping they bring back second-hand cars. I think that might be actually happening. Would love to get me a Fiat Panda as the first car. Trophy emoji, controller emoji, Italian flag emoji.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the live chat and I let you read that. You shouldn't have done that.
I didn't want to punish everyone in the disappointment because the fat Italian soprano we wheel in every week in the audio version is sadly too big to get through the study door.
Let me try.
No.
First off, good luck with the live show. You guys are gonna smash it. I've not been keeping up to date with what's coming out. Have I been waiting for this episode to create a list? Well, I bet you wish you hadn't now, because I don't know what you're going to have. Like Solar Ash, and that got delayed. Good luck with that. Quality show. 67 is the only one I've kept an eye on. I love the GT franchise. I'm hoping they bring back a second-hand cars. Would love to get me a Fiat Panda for the first car.
Thank you very much, Mr. Soprano. You may leave now.
Thank you. Oh, trophy emoji. Everyone start sit down. C Pliskin.
C Pliskin up next. The days are getting shorter. Everything is getting chillier, so we may play at home. That was a small haiku I did just there. No biggie for a moment there. I was actually drawing a blank because I couldn't think of any games my fancy for the rest of the year. Is our footman here?
No.
Okay.
Have you finished the
No, I was the second page. That said, since we're including the next 6 months, 3 games could come to mind. Eidos Montreal's Guardians of the Galaxy, Sifu, Horizon Forbidden West. Starting things off while I'm still annoyed that Marvel insists on just naming their Guardians game after the series. This one actually has a lot of worth from what I can see. I think the only reason people are worried is because with what Square Enix did with the Avengers, but that shouldn't detract from the single player game. Not an online one, which I think people forget. The additions that Eidos made to their version of the cast, like Star-Lord's name being taken from a fictional band. They've also uploaded some cringy 80s rock from this made-up band, and I love it.
I tell you what,
it looked pretty good. Though.
It looks like it's a good job I did that voice, because that would have been an absolute disaster if not.
Okay.
And C Pliskin's got in touch. Bobby's here. Bobby.
Hey, Bobby.
Hope you well. The third wheel of the show, so it's good. He says
like a Reliant Robin.
He says sponsor estate is very elegant.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
He's picked out some good games in there. When I went out for comments on the actual page, I kind of pushed it a little bit further out. I said 6 months to see what people would come back with. I know you probably did slightly tighter focus.
We need to do a quick plug for C Pliskin. And just quickly, I'm doing a radio show Fridays at 4 p.m. and I'll promote more on my Insta if you're interested. #shameless plug. As I'd say for now, though, is it good to have you back, George? You actually had me convinced weeks ago that this podcast was over.
Well, I'm not just a podcast host. I'm a very, very naughty boy.
We're just going to get to the last couple of comments. Boba Loba, thanks very much for your comment. Hi, my name is Rob and I'm a big fan of the show. I'm mostly looking forward to Forza Horizon 5 and Halo Infinite. Best of luck for the show. Hopefully I can tune in live. Well, you have, and thank you very much for doing
Let me
so.
take... Is this the last one?
It's the last one.
Right, well, unclipping the face mask one last time, wheeled in by PCO. PCSO, or whatever he is now, I don't even know. He's a local Bobby. It's Ross Kemp anyway, he's wheeled him in. He's not sure if these are all within 6 months, but the ones I'm excited for are in no particular order. GT7, Forspoken, Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Edition, Stray. You didn't put that in your thing, did you?
It's because it's coming next year. And I thought we'd get 2 shows out of this.
Ah, he's a man, he stretches the content.
Wafer thin.
Oh, like an African tribeswoman stretches the bottom lip. Spider-Man 2, Hogwarts Legacy, Breath of the Wild 2. There's probably more that I'll remember later. Can't wait for the live show, guys. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up emoji. Fire emoji.
Breath of the Wild 2. Attaboy.
Question. Thing is, this podcast, famed for its characters. One thing that happens every single week. Some guy storms up the drive. Absolutely no question. Pops his boo. He was the method in which, as children, we were able to obtain VHSs and video games. We didn't have a local blockbuster. We had to rely on a man bringing pirate stuff in the boot of his car. Those that know the script of the show, Tom, what's Stingray been up to this week?
Well, he's provided the recording equipment for this live show.
That's why the camera's so
Those
good.
lights that are probably the lights out of a sunbed that are probably going to cause us some issues later on in life.
Absolutely, yeah. I can feel myself growing bulbous forms all over myself.
Yeah, he brought those. They're pretty good.
Excellent. Did he bring these sub-quality mics?
He did. He dropped them in a puddle as well.
Did he?
Also brought this fine silverware you can see before us.
What's it say on here? Property of Windsor Castle. Good old Stingers. And what have we got here?
Farmerton Bowling Club.
Property of S. Snake.
Well, he's coming.
It's time for a peek in what we affectionately call Stingray's boot. What's nestled between some counterfeit nappies and a dodgy copy of Battlefriend all this week. These are new release highlights for the week October 11th to October 17th, 2021. Listeners, these are out in digital, physical, or will be part time. This podcast in your feed, but could be region dependent. Spring stop, wow, whoa, smoke cleared, dust settled, pop doors, whatever. The sound effects probably finished playing by now, and you're wondering, yeah, but hang on. Ray, how are you? Good. Is Wayne well?
Shameless plug there for Alan Wake. How much are they paying for that?
What else have we got here, Ray? Excellent. How's the wife doing? She all right? Great. Excellent stuff. What we got here? Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow. With the quality Stingray release.
Is this the stuff you're giving away? A surprise?
No, some VHSs here.
Oh.
That's a bonus VHS. Just knock the mic for the audio listeners. If you didn't think you were getting mugged off enough as it is, I just smashed the mic with a VHS video cassette. Lovely.
Thank you, Ray.
Thanks, Ray. I hope you well. Well, that's
just
Ray.
Disappeared in a vapour of smoke.
1 minute he's here, 1 minute he's not.
I think that's his vape is switched to, though. He's off the Lamberts now.
He's off the Lamberts?
Yeah, he's on the vape.
Well, he can certainly make a hell of a lot more theatrical experience. Anyway. Ray's here. It's that moment. Smoke settled, dust pop wall. Did anyone say anything about Ray? Probably the anticlimax of the year. No one cares. Absolutely no one cares. To be honest, go out and get your mums. Wow, Stingray. Very excited about Ray. There could be a cat game where you play as a jerk if you want many cats. Stray. Sorry, I misread that. I thought you wanted the Ray. You wanted Stray. Here comes the bluebird. Everyone's happy. Tom is too good looking for the live cast. That's actually came from Bobby, but
I thought I'd come from Mumsy.
No, it wasn't. Mumsy's saying nothing. She's like, I'm not getting involved in that. I'm not telling Miss Hanson. They ended in tears last time. Just on photographs and eventually, I don't know what's going on in there. Stingray, he's real. I saw an arm. Goodness knows what you saw. Bobalova saw a TV get wheeled in by a nondescript man.
I saw a tentacle.
Isn't that hentai? Trust you, filth. Anyway, Book of Travels. This isn't my mummy. What am I saying? This is the first pick out and do. All right. We'll pick up a. You can't tell. It's Book of Travels for the PC, October 11th. Ready your back. No, don't ready your back. Ready your pack. Grab your walking stick. To be honest, grab your walking stick. Ready your back. Grab your walking stick. Don't show that's my mummy, you blithering idiot. What's the point of having a surprise and a build-up if you're going to show them the game?
No, as I said, I didn't actually realise you were picking that.
I wasn't picking that. Is there any better thing than that?
No.
Anyway, Book of Travels, PC, coming out. Set your own goals, adventure alone together with travellers you meet on the serene TMORPG. You know? If you're not sure whether your game's do any good, bring out a whole new set of words. What's next? Is this your mummy?
There's a lot of new releases. Yes, it is. Back for Blood, PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X, PS4 and Xbox One, out October 12th.
I think every time you see every time you see XSX,
yeah,
I think you should say Series S as well.
Yes.
I think that's the new unofficial controller rule.
I think Xbox family of consoles.
I'm actually going to go out on a limb here and say I think there's probably more Xbox Series S's out there than Series X's.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Back for Blood is a thrilling cooperative first-person shoot from the creators of the critically acclaimed Left 4 Dead franchise, experiencing intense four-player co-op, narrative campaign, competitive multiplayer as human or ridden, and frantic gameplay.
Is that what the enemies are called? Ridden?
That looks like a typo. Surely not called that.
They're ridden.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, they're ridden with the plague.
But I imagine them being ridden. No, not like that. No, more like a... No, not that. Definitely not that. Certainly.
That's why I spend most of the time hiding behind the mic.
Disco Elysium, the final cut on Xbox Series X and Xbox One. It's on the Switch, October 12th. Disco Elysium, the final cut, is a groundbreaking role-playing game. You're a detective with a unique skill-based system at your disposal. For a minute, I thought the audio listeners were going to get even more mugged off, but it's okay. It'll be okay.
If it's 1 week and it's just on YouTube, it's not too much of a big deal.
No,
but we have got the mics.
No, we've got the mics.
Really good though, didn't we? We resynced the mics and
Joe Rogan, really good. Our version of really good. Perfection. Where was I? Disco Elysium. Yeah, we've read that out so many times on the show.
We have actually.
It's had a release so many times.
Next up, we've got Midnight Protocol on the PC, October 13th.
Is the pot one?
Do is another one then. Cold tea's fine. Cold tea for me. Thank you.
Read out about games. They came for games. I don't know why they came for games, but they did.
Midnight Protocol is available on PC October 13th if you fancy it. Starlight Alliance PC and Switch.
This sounds like the sort of game where you would like sell tap bits of ship. Do you remember that? No, it exists in every garbage bin in every professors to be in anything closely related to gaming.
Starlight Alliance. In the future, Earth as we know it is shrouded in darkness. All seems lost until the fates of Sirius and Leia intertwine. Join our two heroes on their journey to save our dying planet in this sci-fi action RPG.
If you own that plastic tat, I do apologise.
A Little Golf Journey, PC and Switch, October 14th.
You just read them all, pal. I'll make the brews.
That's your job.
I'm the Lord of
You are actually, yeah. Well, I've got to
have some respect.
A Little Golf Journey is a relaxing adventure golf experience.
It's doing well.
On beautiful diorama courses across a variety of destinations. Unlock secrets, discover treasure, and take challenges. Your journey awaits.
I actually think A Little Golf Journey is a good game.
I've not seen much about that.
I'm just putting it out there.
Aeon Must
I
Die.
want to do Aeon Must Die.
Okay, you do one, man. I'll drink this.
Aeon Must Die, PC, PS4, Xbox Series, Xbox One, and Switch. It's not on the series, but it got backwards compatibility, must have. October 14th, Ignite the Galaxy, Aeon Must Die. Experience a unique beat-em-up introducing breakneck risk-reward gameplay, innovative AI, and tactical fighting, all packaged in incredible art style. Following that, with Bonito Days on the Switch, rush through cyberpunk landscapes of Neo Barcelona in...
Have you been up to your old tricks again?
Probably. So I'll do the next one as well. Doctor Who. The game's real and it comes out on October 14th. Something tells me it's probably not quite what the description says it.
Let's say there's no more of those. Doctor Who: The Edge of Reality, PC, PS5, Xbox Series
This
X,
one looks
and
safe.
S, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. So pretty much everything.
That's nice.
October 14th. Experience an unforgettable adventure in space and time. Explore new worlds, face Daleks, Cybermen, and Weeping Angels, and join two doctors on an epic quest to save the universe from an unstoppable new threat in the first-person narrative.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going out on a limb.
As you usually do.
Dungeon Encounters on the PC, PS4, and Switch, October 14th, is going to be my mummy.
I thought you picked yours at the start. Or were you joking?
I was joking.
Okay.
I was just picking the first thing that came to mind.
Okay.
Dungeon Encounters is a unique dungeon exploration RPG in which you lead an expedition to chart the depths of an otherworldly labyrinth, plan and prepare to overcome the numerous obstacles, solve puzzles, and defeat monsters. Strategize to survive.
Next up, we've got Jackbox Party Pack
14
8.
people watching this video, only 4 thumbs up, which means we've had 10 thumbs down, or people just have been so nonplussed and not doing anything. Thumb up, thumb up, thumb, Tom Thumb. Give them the thumb. We're on 6. No, up, up. They like it up.
You've done a lot of hands. They like it up. Corporal Jones.
Yeah.
Look out.
To those under the age of 42, that's probably a joke beyond you, but you can just Google. Jackbox Party Pack 8, PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Switch, and Xbox Series X, October 14th, and on Cfax. Plan your next great game night. Jackbox Games is back with 5 hilarious new party games, including Drawful Animate, Job Job, The Pole Mine, Weapons Drawn, and The Wheel of Enormous... Is that real? The Wheel of Enormous Proportions. Also, Ancient Stories, Gods of Egypt, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, October 15th. Stop the wicked schemes of an evil pharaoh before your city is annihilated in this heart-stopping match-3 adventure with standard, advanced, and untimed modes, as we see the lights go up, equidistant to the enjoyment you're having. I love it. Ancient Stories, Gods of Egypt offers a thrilling experience for every player. Tom, last 2 before we pick our mummy VHS.
Demon Slayer, The Hikonome Chronicles, PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, October 15th. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Become the Blade that destroys the demons. Short blurb on that one.
Yeah, and finally, last one out the boot of the games, The Good Life, PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, October 15th. Enjoy.
That was the BBC sitcom.
No, it could be. No, I don't know why I turned into an Australian, but they did. Enjoy everyday life while solving a murder mystery in Rainy Woods, known as the happiest town in the world, in this all-new debt repayment RPG. Who would ever have thought? Now, Ray came, Ray went, Ray brought us games. They were meant to the medium of...
What has he delivered to you that you grabbed, snatched from his hands?
My VHS mummy pick is... Emmerdale Revenge. VHS. Guaranteed. Now, you know you're onto something good. When on the back of the blurb it says...
I don't know whether that's going to be in focus.
Guaranteed not to be shown on TV. If you ever thought, now there's something, Emmerdale, that's something special, you know that it's so rubbish. They made a promise early doors never to let this on television. That's right. Guaranteed not to be shown on TV before the 1st of January 2000.
Mind your mic.
It's fine. The audio listeners, they're having the best time.
They are not.
They're like, nah. Anyway,
Hurricane.
Roy is a little too quick to accept Pollard's generous offer of a trip to London. It soon becomes clear that they both have ulterior motives. Just what shady deal is Pollard cooking up this time, and who is the mysterious man Roy is obsessed with finding? Meanwhile, Kathy, I presume Tate, intends to enjoy her prize weekend away, but her wild plans This is a 15, so no doubt. No doubt. Kathy Tate might have been in a little bit of a 90s lacy number. That's one of those moments when she's like, what's going on with my Emmerdale tape? Every time I get to the Kathy Tate bit, it's worn out. It goes all snowy on the screen. God knows what's going on. You know that's a 15, don't you? All sheepish. Anyway, will he let her appetite? I don't even know or care. If you ever wanted a low point in your week, you probably want to see Ray. Book yourself a copy of the video exclusive Emmerdale Revenge. Do you know what? Message in with Pollard's first name and you will win a copy of Emmerdale Revenge. Might not work on DVD or Blu-ray because it's a tape. Tom?
Oh, okay.
A high watermark of quality if ever there was one. Save me from myself. What have you chosen?
I've got.
Let me run it down to the camera.
Run it down. I'll do the spiel. Big reveal. One of my favourites. If you knew how much I wanted that on video as a 10-year-old boy, you have no idea. Well, I can't read that from there, can I?
No, you can't. But I think if you don't know the story of Robin Hood, you've lost the plot.
It includes the hit music video, Everything I Do It For You.
Everything I Do For You.
It runs with the end credits.
That sounds like everything I do is driven by you. You were doing the weird Brian May Ford advert. Does RGT, you've got a Ford, do you drive around just above the speed limit? I'm talking 33 and a 30. I'm talking 66 and a 60. I'm talking as dangerous as 77 and a 70.
So you're going to go like multiples there.
Do you drive around in your prowling Tiger hidden Ford listening to Brian May's Ford song? And if you do, does it empower you with pride? Question.
This is a video in colour. There's a running time of 137 minutes. A fabulous full-body adventure daily stuff.
RGT, let someone else win us something. Eric Pollard,
He's
his name is Eric.
involved,
Frank, Dave, Bob Lober met Eric Pollard at a charity cricket match.
He's always in Lincoln. I think he lives in Lincolnshire. And
RGT does drive round to Brian May's Everything I Do Is Driven By You.
He's a top bloke, isn't he?
He's just a top grade A person. Anyway, what were you on about? Because I got a little bit sidetracked with the live chat.
Eric Pollard, I think, must live in Lincolnshire. He's always
He lives
he's always at the county show.
He lives in Newark. And he banks at NatWest.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
Don't ask me how I know this.
Do you know his account number?
No.
So, not very
Imagine if I did, I say it on this live show.
No, you don't have to say it, just blink it. Yeah.
That's me Bell's palsy kicking in.
Okay.
The Ray's gone. We've done a VHS. One would imagine people are sort of averagely happy with what they're witnessing. Hopefully you're happy with the set. It could be different next time. Who knows?
We don't know because this.
What's next week's episode going to be about?
I'll have to consult the folder. It's not Halloween special.
You know that organised phase we went through where we were always a week ahead?
Yeah.
That's not us anymore.
It is. With Series 3, we're very organised. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's in the folder.
Why did you set us up for a fall like that? With Series 3, we're very organised. This is episode 1. And to be honest,
it's got very loose for my liking tonight. I wanted a nice professional show.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. You're excited.
I know. I thought that everyone would get on the vibe and they'd be excited.
They are.
Too.
I'm very excited.
That's the third time.
It's a different.
If you're listening on the audio feed,
I'm going to sound like a mile away.
So sorry.
It's okay. It's just for 1 week.
It is only 1 week, unless Tom decides that he likes to watch himself at bedtime and needs new content. We'll be doing this
every week.
Have you ever seen the TV show The Boys? It's on Amazon Prime.
I've seen clips of it where this guy goes on a plane with another superhero woman and they just don't save them. Homelander.
You're Homelander.
Am I?
Yeah.
I quite like the idea, to be fair. I think that's close to my personality.
Ooh. A break, it's a rare antique. Don't worry about that.
No, I like it sat real upright. It is a proper antique chair.
That
It looks like it came off a beach on the Riviera.
that's the second Duke's chair.
Is it?
1586.
Wow. I definitely don't
Those
like
that know the very loose format of the show, those that have paid attention for the 119 episodes that we've done, and if you're thinking, oh yeah, but I'm not sure, there's history of, there's documentaries, we've done an episode about everything, including gamers who catch STDs from the horn grips of controllers. Episode 68. That was episode 68.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
STDs transmissible via controller grips. Your thoughts? That was the episode name.
Oh, I haven't got an answer, yeah, because I've got nothing.
You just nod.
Yeah.
Smile.
Nod.
Like you do when PCSO.
I'm so nervous tonight.
Why?
I don't know.
He's held
I
back.
usually feel fine in the little recording booth we use, and got on the telly and
Looks like we're on a
lost for
portable.
work. It does.
For me, it
Looks
like
like
we're
it's
a
on the portable that I used to play Legend of Zelda for the first time.
Well, those that know the format of the show, and let's face it, the fans probably know it better than us, have got one question.
Why don't, instead
Wait.
of what we're playing next this week,
Relinquish your grip on your cup, modders. You better be watching as well, you little rat.
why don't we just ask him if there's any more questions before we go? Because
Any more? That's a very good call. This is your one chance to really kick the wheels out of this live thing. Are there any questions for us? People are just discussing Men in Tights, to be honest with you. The Prince of Thieves behind the scenes special hosted by Pierce Brosnan is very funny. There's your
There's
your nighttime viewing. So that's from Enigmatic Retro Rewind,
Oh,
which
of
I
course
believe
it is.
started retro.
He always has the best
He was
recommendations.
happy that you had that. No one's really that happy. Farmerton Revenge. So it looks like
Revenge.
I don't know.
Shall we just let's watch that and then we'll make a mock-up of it. We will record something.
Oh, the episode's called Emmerdale Revenge, and then it says treachery and deceit in the big city.
So, so they get the big budget and go.
So this was for Christmas '99. So some mum somewhere
Let's have a look.
woke up, went downstairs, and unwrapped that. An exclusive episode, which then got aired. So RGT, send me a message, RDT. You've won the script, signed.
Excellent firelighting paper.
It lights the part. Don't say that, you know.
There is actually a fire underneath this this desk. Believe it or not.
So anyone
It's
want a
nice
chance
and
to ask us a question? You're more than welcome to. Nothing. Can we do a live stream watch along of Emmerdale Revenge? It depends if RGT is willing to let us borrow it because it's now his property, seemingly. I give it 5 years, and you guys can place Graham Norton as the Friday Night show host.
I love to do Friday night show. I used to get in after going out for a drink on a Friday night before I settled, and just used to put on either Jonathan Ross or Graham Norton. I just used to like watching his routine.
I'm a highbrow drink, you know. Go out, consume a few alcohols, and then come back and
I just used to like to get different guests.
It's a good format.
Yeah, it is.
Fair.
Yeah.
So that's very kind of you. Partridge, the man, the myth, the movie is the Robin Hood Doc. Brosnan is so Partridge. Unofficial controller, Men in Tights.
You've seen those YouTube videos of Richard Madeley's secretly Alan Partridge?
No.
They're really good.
So last chance before we move into the last section of the show, which is what you're hoping to play. Don't go yet. Need more likes. Need more viewers. I just looked in the camera and then got freaked out that I saw someone next to me, and I was like, it's my co-host. He's been here for weeks.
Have you watched Parasite yet?
No. Someone wants another episode in tights. Goodness knows it's only why. Last chance then before we move in. Tell us what you're hoping to play. Tell us whatever you want to tell us, to be honest with you. Have you enjoyed the live show? Has the quality of the sound been good enough? People want to see
just give us some feedback on the audio because...
Question from the Gaming Gram. I believe I have to remember everyone's alternate usernames, but I do believe this is the Gaming Gram. I think he said it wasn't. DXTF12345. Sort of thing an idiot was having as a luggage combination on their lockable luggage. There's a Spaceballs reference for you. Lost on everybody. Excellent. Question for you. Have you found recording a live episode? How have you found recording a live episode for the first time?
Terrifying. I'm still really nervous. Feels
Just
very
another
strange.
day in the office for me.
I know, that's why you are the Lord and I am the mere dog's body around the manor.
Doogie's on to Yakuza 3, hoping to get that finished and continue the series. So anyone else playing anything? One thing I'd say about Yakuza 3, I liked it, but if you've played Kiwami, 3, even the reboot's going to feel a little bit stripped back. If you like Yakuza and original Shenmue, knock yourself out. I liked it. It's got a separate vibe, like a beach vibe. You can do some different things with Kiryu. It's a good game, but just don't expect it to carry on the Kiwami legacy. Question for you. How's Big Rick?
He's very well. Thank you for asking.
You and him working on that cookbook together?
Yeah. Mary Berry was involved.
What, in a 3-way kind of event? Or
No, Nigella. Just inputting advice and recipes.
I like the inputting advice.
Yeah. Cooking on a prison.
The circles you move in. Someone's going to play Dead to Rights. I saw that you would obtain that. It feels there you're going for Kiwami 2, but it's still good. Absolutely. Just bear that in mind. Harvey's playing Visage on PS4. It's absolutely terrifying. So really, Tom, another stab in the eye to the audio listener. The characters on their backs to this point. What are you hoping to play?
More Hell Let Loose. Maybe I might download something new. Yeah.
What?
No idea. Any recommendations for a new game to play?
Alan
Nothing
Wake.
too long. Yeah.
This episode's sponsored by
I don't
Alan
want to have
Wake.
played it already. Yes. How much are they paying for that?
£3.84 discount on the game.
Bargain.
Yeah, that's the sort of discount sponsorship deal that we get here.
Is that done the thing where it's actually loose in the box and it's just wrapped?
Every Amazon game comes loose in the box.
Of course it does. It's from Amazon.
Someone in Amazon must pop them out before they pop them in the delivery box. Okay, so someone's done all right. Retro
Real deliverers of post, like RGT, they wouldn't lower themselves.
Of course they wouldn't. Anything else that you're going to play? Something new? What is that something new?
No idea. I'll have a look and see what's on the store.
Okay, well, I'm going to continue playing Darksiders. I have, for all intents and purposes, fingers crossed, I actually have a weekend at Pontybury Manor. And if you don't mind, sir, in my downtime, I might play a little bit of PS5.
Wonders never cease. Are you going to download Hell Let Loose and promise the fans right now that you're going to do that?
I'm going to play a little bit more Darksiders on PlayStation 3.
Shocking behaviour.
Just leave it. Just let it go.
Why would you not try it?
Why have you not tried heroin?
I watched Trainspotting.
I've watched Saving Private Ryan.
You can't go back in time.
What the hell? Okay, well, with that all said and done, thank you for tuning in. One would imagine it's been...
Thank you very much for sticking this out.
An hour and 43, so probably one of the slightly longer shows that we've done. Listen, genuinely from our hearts, I'm glad that you can see our faces at this point. We're super grateful for you tuning in. We never expect anyone to. So when you do, we are literally blown away. This video is available to view or review at any point in time. The chat has been already saved and accepted, so that will go through as well, so you can kind of watch it evolve. Yeah, if you want it to, and if they want it to be, it will be there.
I don't realise.
The show will also get uploaded to the podcast feed, so if you're listening to this and feeling like one of those bummed out audio listeners, well, we do apologise, and we'll return to normal next week with the listening audio examples that we
it should be even better next week.
that we come with. Yeah, should be even better. So done even more sound tests. If you've enjoyed the format of the live show and you think, yeah, well, maybe I could stomach maybe possibly one more.
We might do another couple just for like special occasions.
Why not? Why not? I don't want to go out there with Christmas because they're quite high production values, aren't they? And I don't think it would translate very well.
We need a Christmas one.
Not a live one.
Yes.
A live Christmas show.
Yeah.
You do know that last episode you had about 5 hours of audio CGI, as I call it, in it, and it was very difficult to stitch together. And when
you don't need to do
out,
anything like that. We can do more stuff with set, or we could do a different setting. We could go to one of the other rooms.
a stable in Bethlehem.
It's way too cold.
Dude, we've got the set. We could do that. Live from 1AD. Perfection.
We'll have some ideas, sessions, and think out what we're going to do, can't we?
Yeah. Instead of Jesus, it could be Peter Molyneux. Right?
Yeah. He'd oversell it though, wouldn't he?
He would.
Like, even before I'm born
and
I am
me
God.
and you can be commentating from a manger, and like different people, like Ray can be one of the three kings. He's like all of the three kings at once.
Okay.
He's got legs.
He has.
Okay. Well, that's it. Thank you again. We'll check the live chat before we dive off because we want to remain grateful. Ezra Midler, he's turned up.
At the end of the show, thank you.
Calm's here. We've got to say it for Wayne. For the fans who used to listen on the brilliant first ever, long may you do more. Inspired to possibly. How am I going to stream when I'm not here? Write that down. Another good idea. Set ideas. Tom's blood-stained New York penthouse apartment for Halloween. That's a great one. That's the law, if ever there was one. You don't know about that law because you weren't there.
I do.
I do.
I do.
22, 69, 12, 61. That was my home in. Probably wasn't. It's probably where I embarrassed myself. It's inspired me to possibly try a live trash tape. Harvey, why not? You know, no one remembers how bad live TV is. No one ever remembers. Unfortunately for me, it's been recorded, saved, and viewable posterity in the forever on YouTube.
But I think that's why I'm so nervous, is because thinking that is viewable by anyone in the world.
It's fine. It's fine.
No one cares.
No one does.
Well, some people care. Thank you.
Mumsy cares. Thank you for watching, Mumsy. Thank you to all our loved ones who've watched. If you haven't, then that's awkward. And to all the fans who follow in the Discord, who've clicked the thumbs up or whatever, we're very grateful. When this video finishes, if you want to like and share all over your book faces and your my places and all that, that's totally cool with me. And it might get us another couple of views. In which case, hopefully they've had an above average time.
I think they've enjoyed themselves.
I've had the best time.
I'm glad you have.
Well, here it is. That's all we have time for this week, listeners. As always, thank you for your time. I look forward to the pleasure of speaking to you again next week. Until then, happy gaming. And remember, there's nothing wrong with being given an official controller. It's what you do with it that counts. See you, Tom.
See ya. This has had more endings than Lord of the Rings Return.
Oh, it is Return of the King. And there you go. And for all of you, thank you for watching.
Do it slowly down the screen so it's almost like an end credit.
Poor man's end credits. Here you go. Unofficial Controller Podcast on a budget as always. Should it come up? It should come up, shouldn't it? Perfection. Thank you, everyone. See you all soon.